Yeah, so I don't even know. I mean, is this the spire or what's this over here? Well, I guess the whole area might be the spire. Anyways. Okay, so I figured out the zip mode. Do you remember from Riven when you would see like a lightning bolt that you could click on? Like
Yes.
you could like skip going like single areas?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently this is zip mode on Myst 4. So
What?
you might see like a
That thing
little.
right there?
Yep. Yeah, so you'll see like a little I don't know, thumbnail of a place that you've been before and you'll be able to visit again. But it seems like highly inconvenient compared to what it was before, where it just appeared as a lightning bolt. Oh, Flutter's awake. Flutter's woke up.
He's tired. Why do they
I
want
was
to
the
come
only
here?
devious one in our family. But this... Oh, this is classic. No book, father, no blinking. Fuck! Oh! Thanks, Chris. Think.
Oh man, he's got some crazy eyes.
You know, one's on an island full of monsters, the other one's on a frozen peak. I don't know which one has it worse.
Yeah. What was that? It's actually close enough I can touch.
Okay. Gotta poke them all.
Yeah, it's a rock. That's metal. That's a registeel.
Registeel. Reggie Rock, Reggie Rock, Reggie Rock, Reggie Rock.
Mm.
Did you ever hear this weird sound those things make? I mean, there's a movie that has them. They have these weird, like robotic sounds they make all the time.
No. No, I
You
never
should look
did.
it up. It's a thing. They've kind of become memes at this point.
Hmm. Okay, so it's saying to notice this right here, this white mark.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a thermometer sort of thing.
Right.
That's probably the mark you have to fill it to or something like that.
You think so?
Well, in some way, probably.
It says this will become relevant near the end of the age.
I thought you said the end of the game. For a second, I thought you said the end of the game. I was like, oh no.
The end of the game. You can't know what it does until the end. Hope you remember.
Retro. Retro.
Double passed through both loops. Beautiful knot. Let's just hope the linking book is down there.
Let's go. Jump on in.
Good. Jump in, kids. The water's fine. Whee! Uh-oh.
Now, would you do that? I would not do that.
No. No, not in any sort of world would I ever go into that. Do that. That's just madness.
The traveler fears nothing. Oh, okay. Ta-da!
Looks like those circuit lessons you drilled into me in Voltaic have finally paid off, Father. Of course, figuring out how to complete this electrical network was 10 times more difficult, seeing how I had to build everything from scratch.
He built that thing you're looking at right now. Good
Yeah.
job.
So I guess so. Good
They
job.
build out of ice. They build out of ice cubes. They build out of ice cubes and rocks.
Somehow. I don't know how. And ice.
Like, where's the technology he's using to build these incredibly advanced machines? I've seen nothing but ice and rocks in this place,
Yeah.
and a whole bunch of things that he looks like he's built himself.
Alright, so there's nothing that's powered up. There are a group of 4 fuses on the upper left side, a group of 7 fuses below that, and a group of 35 fuses on the right side. There are also a lot of symbols. Each of these represent a location here in Spire, kind of like the power box back in Tamana. Every single fuse?
Oh, that's fun.
What?
Can't wait for that.
To the right of the circuit board is a metal pipe with rungs leading up. This is your exit ladder from this level. Examine the rest of this location, go left. So, So this is your exit. Okay, so is this the power box?
Careful what you touch, you might get electrocuted.
Yeah. The symbol on the lid looks like a castle with waves above it. It's an electromagnet, and the waves represent magnetic forces. Zoom in on the lid and trigger a memory. Press the button besides it to open the lid. Inside you'll find a slider and 7 LEDs.
Okay, no slip-ups this time. I really do not want to lose another ship. Guard magnet is on. Docking station conductors are charged and ready. Here goes.
Okay. There's a power gauge on the right and a switch on the left. Flick the switch down. Now let's ground some conductors. What is that?
Like an attack mechanism.
I'm just gonna stand here and look at it.
Okay, there's no way he built all of this himself.
Yeah, how's this possible?
Like some of this had to have been here.
Yeah.
So did they just leave him with all this technology? Why?
Why would he do that? Yeah, exactly. Here's a prison world. Tons of stuff you can work with, Mr. Manipulator.
You'll never be able to leave this planet, but you'll be able to live relatively well if you eventually, succeed in conquering all this electric stuff you got on there. You could even build a spaceship to get out of this planet.
Okay, so it says if I go back to the circuit board, some things have lit up. Strange. You know, it's kind of doing the same thing that happened in Voltaic, where certain things are activated once it has power.
Yeah, it does seem like that. You may have modeled it after that.
Yeah, I guess so. Huh. Can I touch it?
Okay.
What? I want to poke it. Let me poke it.
Not allowed.
Yes! I knew it would work. I knew there was enough static electricity out there to be gathered by my conductors. Now, to stop wasting it in a useless display of light and actually channel it somewhere.
Alright. This area leads to Sirius's work area, botany lab, and another elevator to the right with a rest area and workbench to the left. Ow. Some got in my eye for a second. Okay, so for now, continue climbing the pipe. This is another control area. The control box lid here has a symbol that looks like a ship sailing over some white waves. Huh.
Idiot! You've run these calculations a million times. Counterbalance the magnetic forces perfectly, otherwise the ship won't get out of the dock. And you do want to get out of the dock, don't you? After all these years of trying?
What you have to do here is balance out the floating rock you saw coming down when you powered the box downstairs. This is all explained in one of Sirius' journals. We'll get to it in a bit. And also through the triggered memories at the control boxes when they're covered up. You learn that the location downstairs is a dock, and that the floating stone is actually a stone ship. So that thing that came down is actually a stone ship. That's strange. I hope they explain like how he was able to do this, because alright. Okay. The stone ship has moved to the correct position in order to be boarded at the docking area.
Impossible. Every scientific principle I know tells me these rocks shouldn't be floating. And yet, somehow, they are. Don't know how you did it, Father. But if you can write it, I can certainly use it.
I feel like I heard something over there.
It appears that I have underestimated him. I did not think he could be this devious. He always said Spire was dangerous, but I assumed he meant its people were violent. Violent and potentially xenophobic. The perfect combination with which to orchestrate a coup. But there are no people here. No prosperous civilization for me to rule. I see now how his linking panel fooled me. Congratulations, Father. This hand goes to you. I have established a temporary encampment near the vegetal cavern. The food I brought with me should last a month. After that, I will be forced to grow what I eat. The plants here are neither scrumptious nor overly abundant, but I have tasted several and find the nutrition is there. Turning now to the question of escape. I believe there may yet be a Myst linking book here. The simplest way for Father to have disposed of it would have been to jump off the palace as he touched it. There are other ways, of course, but I cannot ignore this possibility. I must at least attempt to reach the ground. This is fast becoming unacceptable. I have slid down every oddly shaped windpipe in this age, and have yet to see below the second cloud layer. I was fairly certain that at least 3 of the passages would prove successful. Yet even they dead-ended inside a magnificent sealed cavern full of crystals. The crystals themselves are curious. Something about their inner matrix makes them susceptible to a buildup of negative charges. When I touched one, I received a terrible shock. At the same time, the faint light that had been emanating from the crystal faded, and I heard a very curious hum, which ceased as soon as the crystal's charge was expended. I should like to study these crystals more thoroughly, and will institute a plan to mine the cavern extensively. Last night, I saw lights flickering in some of the other palaces. It occurred to me that I might not be alone. What if this age is like Stone Ship? Father never could explain how Emmett and Branch just appeared there. He said the art was always surprising him. Could it be that the lights I saw flickering were made by other people? What I would give to discover this is true. After all these months of solitude, just to have another person to talk to. About the floating rocks. There is a phosphorescent green mineral running through much of this age which exhibits strong diamagnetic properties. At least that is the most workable hypothesis I have devised that can explain how the rocks I see outside my garden are able to float. This has given me an idea. If I can capture one of the larger boulders, I should be able to turn it into a vessel, and thereby sail across the clouds to the nearest palace. The most difficult obstacle to achieving this will be maintaining the necessary altitude. I have noticed that these rocks float higher than the highest point on that palace. Forcing my ship to float lower than it prefers will take some doing. For the past few weeks, I've been watching storms move through the second cloud layer. They appear as flashes of light inside the strata. The violence of these storms does not reach me in the garden. I encounter no rain, barely feel the wind. I am completely safe here, nestled between layers. I do not know how this is possible. How could Father have created a world which exhibits so many scientific impossibilities? He never did explain how to write an age. He never taught Agnar or I the art. I wonder now if I should have insisted. The crystals I mined from the lower cavern are really quite remarkable. There seems to be no limit to the amount of electricity they can store. Unfortunately, this makes working with them difficult. So long as a charged crystal is isolated, the energy inside it remains trapped in its matrix. But the moment the crystal even brushes against a grounded object, stored charge flows out, producing a most amazing song. I should like to capitalize on this singing ability, if only as a pleasant diversion. It might be nice to hear some music in these caverns. Regardless, I believe the crystals can solve my rock ship problem. By affixing them to some of the floating rocks, then casting them back into the clouds, I should be able to harness enough of Spire's natural electricity to fuel an electromagnet. The attractive force of the magnet, combined with the smaller magnetic fields of the lightning conductors, should be able to lower the ship and guide it to the nearest palace. It is definitely worth an attempt. Another storm is brewing as I write this. I can feel the hairs on my arms starting to rise. I'm almost crazed with anticipation, waiting to test the first conductor. My God, is this what Father felt? Every time his hand hovered above the panel of a book he'd just written? Did he feel this much excitement as he stood poised to learn of his theories and works? Why did he never share this with me? If he had, perhaps things could have been different between us. The first conductor is glowing. Here goes nothing. No, 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 no! My calculations were perfect! The ship should not have broken free. The distance between the conductors must be too great. I'm going to have to add more to the system, but if I do, the electromagnetic pull will be too strong and the ship will crash to the floor. So can I counterbalance it? Create a second electromagnet in the roof of the garden. I am going to have to start building again and capture another rock for a ship. This mistake has set me back years. But I am close, so close to reaching the nearest palace, and from there maybe accessing the ground. I only hope the linking book still works.
Huh. Okie dokie.
So he was present. He was trying to get a linking book.
Yeah, he's trying to get to the ground because he thinks he, like, dropped it down there.
He was thinking like his father would.
Okay, so to the right of the journal, there's a device that shows how the crystals work. It also can be used to trigger a memory. Do so. So this thing.
Remarkable. No change to its molecular structure, no buildup of illumination inside. As long as the crystal remains grounded, electricity just passes straight through it. Interesting.
Oops. Yeah. Okay. Is it supposed to be doing something?
Has to be fake. Has to be. But will getting to it allow me to finally reach the ground? Have to know. Have to get over there.
I got to imagine that he wouldn't have left it in that world, but I could be very wrong.
Left what?
The linking book.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, the one back... Well, not sure. Go to the left and behind the workbench area. This path leads to the botany lab where Sirius had nurtured a flower to offer to his mother. Huh.
Your faith in me is truly amazing, Mother. How long before I kill this one?
So this is to show that Sirius has been extracting something from the plants surrounding the area. Alright. Hmm. Yeah.
What kind of a move is that? You had me, Father. You totally had me. And now you're leaving your queen wide open? Getting the narrow chess pieces out of you was more of a challenge than this.
Every partially successful rock test suggests 20 units of power total, no more, no less. But in what combination? Must find a way of dividing more accurately across 3 cables. Blue crystal test results inconclusive. Need to supply a keyboard with total electricity gathered in garden and docking station only to disrupt these samples. Okay, so he's literally got tools somehow. Strong earthquake-like tremors in lab when 2 harmonies listed in musical chart were played. Could I be close to finding usable frequency? Lab mostly rock.
Commencing rock test number 29. Yes, this should be it. This should be the one.
Let's see. That is correct. I can touch it. Hmm. Do 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 Okay. So the stone ship is actually on the second floor when it should be one down, and I don't know how to get it back down.
Throw it. Blow up the floor.
For some reason, the ship is right here. I don't think I understand why. Oh, I must have did this one incorrect. That's why. I see. Wait, turn it back on. Wait. It's down here now. So this was right. Okay. So what happened is you adjust the electromagnet below, and in the one at top, both will pull on the ship, and you want it to pull more on the bottom than on the top, so that it's more at the bottom, so you can board it.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just a little bit weird at first. Let's go. Let's go.
Okie doke.
Okie dokie. Oops. So I guess what this is about is that energy passes through the crystals as though something is grounded. When something's grounded, it has electricity that passes through it easily. So it kind of like pulls the ship along or something. I think. How do I get out of here? I think it's to the top. Alright. So it says proceed forward, go to the right, cross to the other side, zoom in on the pipe. There's a pipe.
At last, after all these years. Freedom!
And yet it wasn't. Huh. What's that mean? Okay, so it's saying second hotspot is almost at the top of this stalactite. Click the blue button to zoom in and again, in and out. Yeah, what about it? To the left of this one is the most important one. It shows a crystal jutting out from a windpipe, circular in shape, and the white mark on the scale is in the third position. So this one. Oh, okay, so it's just like the other one. Has a little white mark. How would you know to use this and zoom in on the crystal and learn this?